Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first episode of my Avatarverse Rewrite series, where I rewrite beginnings and Legend of Korra to make a better, more cohesive overall story in the Avatar universe. This is the first episode in my 4-season, 40-video long Avatar Beginnings series. If you haven't already, watch my video trailer for my Avatarverse Rewrite series to get a better understanding of what to expect. Link in the description. This is an attempt to improve Wan's story in Beginnings to make the origins of this world more cohesive and loyal to the lore of The Last Airbender. So with that out of the way, let's begin with Book 1, Substance, Chapter 1, The First Avatar. In the beginning, the physical world was desolate and harsh. Humanity was born in this dark land and developed the ability to manipulate the energy within their bodies and used it to enhance their physical power so they can move faster, hit harder, and take harder hits, ensuring their survival. Bending is just martial arts moves with magic. They learned it from the lion turtles, the first energy benders and the apex species in the wasteland, who took pity on humans and allowed them to live on their backs, allowing humans to develop towns and cities. It was actually through this interaction between humans and lion turtles that humans learned of the spirit world, a supposed paradise blooming with life. Hearing these tales from the lion turtles, and since only a select few could energy bend, humanity's only dream was to travel to the paradise of the spirit world. But spirits didn't want this, not only because spirits saw humans as greedy and corruptible, but also because humans are the only species to have the ability to destroy spirits via energy bending. Though not every spirit held this belief, it would be fostered and enforced, however, not by Yuhandranagi or Madrachami, the abstract-looking rulers of the spirit world, but by Yuhandranagi and Madrachami's youngest child, who also happens to be the spirit of destruction, Vatu. Vatu's sister and oldest of Yuhandranagi and Madrachami's children, Rava, is the spirit of creation, and she disagrees with Vatu's sentiments. While he is strong, courageous, righteous, and looks for the worst in things, seeing himself as a spirit guardian, she, on the other hand, is kind, wise, and wants to see the good in everyone and looks out for the weak, including humans. Vatu saw Rava as naive and her looking out for the best in everyone mentality as weakness, while Rava sees Vatu as too serious and cynical. Despite this, they still love each other and are just critical of the other so they can achieve proper balance and harmony. Now the thing is, Rava and Vatu never come to blows because of Yuhan and Madra's middle child, Gra. Gra is the spirit of preservation. Gra acts as the bridge between creation and destruction and also as a messenger to all the spirits. Gra helps others stay true to their hearts and minds and not be influenced by what others say. Gra is essentially a power checker, ensuring that neither Rava or Vatu become overpowered. Thanks to this trinity, Rava, Gra, and Vatu enable prosperity and peace and are like friends. This changed when Rava had spirit offspring: Prithvi, the spirit of land, Agni, the spirit of light, Vayu, the spirit of wind, and Varuna, the spirit of water. The four spirits were fascinated by humanity. They shared in their mother's compassion and sympathized with the humans. Despite Vatu not allowing the humans a place in the spirit world, she and her children continued to observe the humans, and after a while, they all agreed that they wanted to give them their own garden in the physical world so that they wouldn't even bother with the spirit world. Everybody wins. So, Prithvi, Agni, Vayu, and Varuna combined their spirit forces and with their mother Rava's binding creationist power, created the planet Earth. Prithvi became the land that humans could settle and provided substance for their civilizations. Agni became the sun and provided heat for the humans to fuel their will. Vayu became the sky and provided air for the humans to breathe. And Varuna became the ocean and enabled life on the planet. Humans were ecstatic that this new paradise was granted to them and celebrated. They could finally leave the lion turtles and live on this new land. However, Gra and Vatu eventually noticed Rava's absence and looked into the physical world. There they discovered to their shock the existence of the garden. Fearful and angry that the humans must have done something with his sister and her children, Vatu goes into a rage and completely dismisses humans as destructive, untrustworthy liars. He states the injustice that humans have done to Rava to the other spirits, who are now even more outraged that their own has been taken and used like this. Not only that, they are starting to grow concerned that humans were suddenly provided this garden where they can use it to create a civilization that would eventually become overgrown, dense, and out of control. Their ambition and greed would grow because of that, and this would eventually spill into the spirit world, and the spirits would suffer because of it. So the spirits would prevent humanity from reaching the spirit world, which would cause the humans to resent them for it, which would only fuel spirits' hatred for humans, causing a never-ending cycle of hate and violence. Seeing that Rava's power of creation was abused to give mankind this garden, Vaatu sees it only fit that he use his power of destruction to wipe it out and start fresh, as is the cycle. See, this is important because Vaatu doesn't want to completely destroy the physical world. He only wants to reset it every time it becomes too populated or crowded with humans. When a forest becomes too overgrown, a purging fire is inevitable, and he does this as a preemptive strike in order to preserve the spirits and their world. So coming from his perspective, Vaatu is only fulfilling his role. Regardless, humanity doesn't like having its things destroyed, and so Vaatu would become humanity's greatest enemy. Rava doesn't want her work and children destroyed, even if it was meant to be, and so she would try to reach out and connect with Vaatu to tell him that she and her children are alright, but like a recently single person ignoring the pleas and cries of their ex to get back together despite said ex cheating on them a second time, Vaatu hears nothing but silence. Gra is horrified by this idea of war. The spirit wants to maintain peace between Rava and Vaatu, but doesn't know whether or not humanity deserves to live or not. After consulting with Yuhan and Madra, Gra decides to learn the ways of humans and be the one to determine whether or not humanity should be preserved or destroyed by Vaatu. But how is that possible in his current spirit form? In order to prevent a war between humans and spirits, Gra does what no other spirit has done before. He manifests as a physical human in mortal form on planet Earth. Yes, the Avatar is in fact the physical incarnation of Gra, the spirit of balance. So Gra's first physical incarnation is an energy bender named Yi. Long story short, Yi's mother died in childbirth and his father has recently died right before his 16th birthday. On Yi's 16th birthday, Gra reveals to Yi that he is the physical incarnation of the spirit of balance, and it is Yi's job to carry out Gra's mission to learn from humanity. He must travel the world in order to do this and absorb all of humanity's culture and civilization. Yi, eager to leave his past behind and start fresh, talks to his village's lion turtle protector, and after some cryptic wisdom, ventures out into the world. And that is it for episode 1, The First Avatar. During this boring end credits, feel free to connect with me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Feel free to ask me any questions or reach out and I will answer to the best of my abilities. And never forget, be better tomorrow than what you were today.